Okay, I think this is the microphone. I hope this is working. Man, we try to be a bit more professional with all of this, and suddenly everything goes to shit. Hello there, Captain Raven streaming today. Yes, after I've not streamed yesterday because I was just too tired, and actually I got caught up in starting to watch One Piece again, and I ended up watching I think 6 episodes, and then I was so tired that I really had to go to bed. So no Planescape Sunday yesterday, but that's okay because we haven't started the game anyway. So yes, the thing is, I hope that the microphone is actually broadcasting and then people can hear me on the stream. Oh my god, there are 4 people watching already. This is way more pressure than I can deal with. Anyways, man, I've not prepared anything. Let me just choose Planescape Torment as the game capture, and here we are. Cool. I think it should come up on stream every second now. There we are. I think it looks good in OBS, so we should have game sound. You should hear the music in the menu, and you should be able to hear me talk. Audio levels look good. Game audio might be a little bit loud, but we can change that. That is we can deal with that. That is okay. So I hope everyone has had a wonderful Monday. I haven't really achieved much today. I should have done more, but it was a Monday and I had a very tiring weekend. But enough of the chit chat. My god, my English today is not better than it was last time I streamed. So, you know what? Let's just get on with this game. Let's start a new life. So this game is Planescape Torment, which is a very, very old game, but we are actually playing the enhanced edition. So this is a, you could say it's a remastered version of this old game. And I know that there are a lot of people who dearly, dearly love this game. I've heard it is a bit dark, and it plays with, or I assume that there's a lot of dark humor in this game. Actually, I don't really know if there's any humor at all in it. I know that I've started to play this game a couple of times. I've probably started it about 5 or 6 times in my life, but I've never been able to really get into it and really play any more than the first 2 screens of the game. But yeah, with the power of streaming, I hope to actually play this game reasonably far and hopefully to play it until the very end. So, Planescape Torment, all I know is that we are playing this lovely chap here in the middle. And I think he doesn't have a name, at least not one that you know from the beginning. I'm pretty sure that there's a plot point in the game that you have to find out your name, or maybe he will remain nameless anyway. So, apart from that, it might look fancy, but it is actually a pretty standard character creation screen. So we have 21 character points, which we can add or subtract to these, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 character traits. So we have strength, wisdom, constitution, charisma, dexterity, and intelligence. And the thing is, with this game, I don't really know how much combat I have to do, how often I have to talk to people. I have a feeling that I will need to talk more often to people than I have to fight them, but that might be a big misunderstanding on my part. So I'm actually not sure what the best way would be to spend my points. But I know that I would like to be more or less of an all-rounder with a focus on being good at talking to people. So strength is not incredibly important to me. Constitution also, even though I do want a little bit of constitution so I get more hit points so I don't die immediately. Charisma. This ability score represents your persuasiveness, personal magnetism, and ability to lead. The higher your charisma, the more favorably others will react towards you. I want that at least above average. So you can see there on the left where it describes what the game does. Let me just check this. Great. I hope that didn't crash the stream or anything. No, looks good. Alright, intelligence. This ability score represents your memory, reasoning, and deductive skills. A high intelligence helps you regain memories faster, gives you more dialogue options, and aids your mage skills. Yeah, let's put that to genius level. Intelligence is exceptional, and with the next point it'll be genius level. Let's do that. The thing is, actually I don't like playing casters or mages or wizards in games like these. I always like to play the fighter, but something tells me that being a dumb fighter in this game is not the best thing you could do. So we have 4 points left, and I'm wondering, oh, wisdom gives me a bonus to my experience points, so I will definitely put those last 4 points in there. So we have 14 strength, so we have a high intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, and the rest is more or less average. I think this sounds good. Cool, let's accept that.
Hey, Chief, you okay? You playing corpse or you putting the blinds on the dusties? I thought you were a deader for sure.
Okay, that is Mort. I know Mort already because I started this game, as I said, several times, and I think Mort could become my favorite character. Who are you? Who am I? How about you start? Who are you? I asked you first, Skull. Yeah, and I asked you second. What's your name? I don't know. I can't remember. You can't remember your name? Well, next time you spend a night in this burg, go easy on the bub. Name's Mort. I'm trapped in here too. Trapped? Yeah, since you haven't had time to get your legs yet, here's the chant. I've tried all the doors and this room is locked tighter than a chastity belt. We're locked in where? What is this place? It's called the mortuary. It's a big black structure with all the architectural charm of a pregnant spider. The mortuary? What? Am I dead? Not from where I'm standing. You got scars aplenty though. Looks like some Berg painted you with a knife. All the more reason to give this place a laugh before whoever carved you up comes back to finish the job. Scars? How bad are they? Well, the carvings on your chest aren't too bad, but the ones on your back, Mort pauses. Say, looks like you got a whole tattoo gallery on your back, Chief. Spells out something. Tattoos on my back? What do they say? Heh, looks like you come with directions, Mort clears his throat. Let's see, it starts with, I know you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of Styx wash, but you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal that'll shed some light on the dark of the matter. Okay. Ferret can fill you in on the rest of the chant if he's not in the dead book already. Ferret? Does it say something else? Yeah, there's a bit more. Let's see, it goes on. Don't lose the journal or we'll be up in the sticks again. Whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you. Read the journal, then find Ferret. No wonder my back hurts. There's a damn novel written there. As for the journal I'm supposed to have with me, was there one with me while I was lying here? Oh god. I noticed that this game is going to be hard on my voice, so excuse me while I have a drink. No, you were stripped to the skins when you arrived here. Besides, looks like you got enough of a journal penned on your body. What about Ferret? Do you know him? Nobody I know, but then again, I don't know many people. Still, some birds got to know where to find Ferret. Once we get out of here, that is. Well, so how do we get out of here? All the doors are locked, so we'll need the key. Chances are one of the walking corpses in this room has it. Walking corpses? Yeah, the mortuary keepers use dead bodies as cheap labor. The corpses are dumb as stones, but they're harmless and won't attack you unless you attack first. So, is there some other way? I don't want to kill them just for a key. What? You think it's going to hurt their feelings? They're dead. But if you want a bright side to this, if you kill them, at least they'll have a rest before the keepers raise them up to work again. Well, alright, I'll take one of them down and get the key. Well, before you do that, arm yourself first. I think there's a scalpel on one of the shelves around here. Search the shelves on the room for a weapon to attack the zombies with, blah blah. Yeah, I've done that already, I know that. One last thing. These corpses are as slow as molasses, but getting punched by one of them is like being kissed by a battering ram. If they start getting an edge on you, remember, you can run, and they can't. Use it to keep some distance if you need to recover. Note, to run. Either toggle run on or blah. Yeah, okay, running, okay. Alright, thanks for the advice. And this is Planescape Torment. We're actually in the game now. Let me just check, yeah, the overlay, all of that looks good. Wonderful. And actually I have reason to have my very first pause about 10 minutes into the stream, but that gives me opportunity to try out Okay. So that is my microphone. You can hear my microphone again. And this is the game sound again. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm pretty sure you heard my dad there. Wait. Now we should have game audio. Okay, now we are ready to finally start this whole endeavor proper. So, Planescape Torment. We are playing this wonderful young man. This is a special feature of the Enhanced Edition that we can zoom into the game and out of the game. I think purists will hate this, but I actually like it.
Yeah.
And we are controlling both characters. We are controlling Mort and the Nameless One at the same time. And this corpse looks like someone turned it inside out. A machine at the head of the table has peeled the skin off the forehead and give direct access to the skull. So we can examine all of these tables and pretty much anything. There was a key. Oh yes, it's the tab key. Everything that is colored in here we can interact with in a way. And sometimes it just gives you a description of what it is, and sometimes it's a container that you can open. Like this, which has bandages for us, which are always useful to replenish your HP. The scalpel, our first weapon. Alright, you found the scalpel. Now go get those corpses, and don't worry, I'll stay back and provide valuable tactical advice. Well, maybe you could help me, Mort. I will be helping you. Good advice is hard to come by. I meant help in attacking the corpse. Me? I'm a romantic, not a soldier. I just get in the way. Alright then. Time to introduce these corpses to the second death then. Okay, but anyway, I'm pretty sure I have to equip the scalpel first, so... We are carrying the scalpel and an eyeball, so that is everything we can do. Cool. So, we can actually start by talking to these corpses. The zombie worker. This corpse stops and stares blankly at you as you approach. The number 782 is carved into his forehead, and his lips have been stitched closed. The faint smell of formaldehyde emanates from the body. I'm looking for a key. Do you happen to have one? This looks like the lucky petitioner here, Chief. Look, he's got the key there in his hand. Okay, we got lucky. I need that key, corpse. Looks like you're not long for this world.
Die.
Wow, critical hit? I've never seen that before, actually. Cool. Got the preparation room key. Now the thing is, I don't know how this game reacts to some sort of karma system or being good or evil. I could kill these other zombies for experience points, but I don't know if that will have any effect later on in the game. You know what? Let's just... I'm going to do it.
Die.
I have to see if I actually get any experience points from these zombies. Oh, and yes, I have the first comment in the chat. Auntie, if you're still there, this is actually the same game engine as Baldur's Gate. I don't know, I don't think it's the same developers, but it is the same game engine, so it definitely, that's why it looks like Baldur's Gate. Where can I see my statistics screen? Experience. I have 6,068 experience. Let's see if killing this zombie worker 6068 was the number. Also, I'm taking some damage. No, it's C. Also not statistics. Yeah, it's just a little bit, but it definitely adds experience points. Okay, so we checked all of this. We didn't check this. More bandages. Nothing. Alright.
What? Okay.
All right.
So there was a way to talk to Mort,
up, Chief?
I think. Dialogue. Ah, yes. Alright, that's the key. It must fit the lock of one of the doors in the room. I'll try all the doors then. So, I know that it is this door, but I wanted to try. I never tried using the key on this, but how? Quick item. How do I do that? Okay, you can. It was just locked door. Was not supposed to be opened. Psst. Some advice, Chief. I'd keep it quiet from here on. No need to put any more corpses in the dead book than necessary, especially the fans. Plus, killing them might draw the caretakers here. Okay, so there seems to be some repercussions for killing unnecessarily. I don't think you mentioned it before. Who are these caretakers? They call themselves the Dustmen. You can't miss them. They have an obsession with black and rigor mortis of the face. They're an adult bunch of ghoulish death worshippers. They believe everybody should die, sooner better than later. I'm confused. Why do these Dustmen care if I escape? Weren't you listening? I said the Dusties believe everybody's got to die, sooner better than later. You think the corpses you've seen are happier than the dead book than out of it? Before you said something about making sure I didn't kill any female corpses. Why? What? Are you serious? Look, Chief, these dead chits are the last chance for a couple of hardy bashers like us. We need to be chivalrous. No hacking them up for keys, no lopping the limbs off, things like that. Last chance? What are you talking about? Chief, they're dead. We're dead. See where I'm going? He totally wants to bang the dead zombies. You can't be serious. Chief, we already got an opening line with these limping ladies. We've all died at least once. We'll have something to talk about. They'll appreciate men with our kind of death experience. Wait, didn't you say before that I'm not dead? Well, alright. You might not be dead, but I am. And from where I'm standing, I wouldn't mind sharing a coffin with some of these fine, sinewy cadavers I see here. Mort starts clacking his teeth as if in anticipation. Of course, the caretakers would have to part with him first, and that's not likely. Alright, but where did all these corpses come from? Death visits the plains every day, Chief. These shamblers are all that's left of the poor sorts who sold their bodies to the caretakers after death. Okay, he told me about the Dustmen already. Alright, I'll try to remember that. Look, Chief, it's obvious you're still a little addled after your kiss with death, so I got 2 bits of advice for you. 1, if you got questions, ask me, alright? 2nd, if you're half as forgetful as you seem to be, start writing stuff down. Whenever you come across something that might be important, jot it down so you don't forget. If I had that journal I was supposed to have with me, I would do that. Start a new one then, Chief. No loss. There's plenty of parchment and ink around here to last you. Alright. It couldn't hurt. I'll make a new one then. Use it to keep track of your movements. If you ever start to get cloudy on important things like who you are, or more importantly, who I am, use it to refresh your memory. Alright, I got it.
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal. And Jay opens the journal. Find ferret, find your missing journal. Okay, that's clear enough. You can talk to one of the female zombies. The shambling corpse gazes at you with vacant eyes. Her skin is paper thin, almost wispy. It's like someone draped a sheet of cobwebs across her frame. The number 594 has been scratched onto her forehead with a charcoal pencil. Do I really want to flirt with the dead zombie girl now? Of course I want to. So, doing anything later? The corpse continues to stare at you. Farewell, then. No more. She was not looking at me. What are you talking about? What? Are you blind? She was scouting me out. It was shameless the way she wanted me. I think you're imagining things. She's a zombie, a corpse, a dead person. You probably didn't even register to her senses. Yeah, whatever. When you've been dead as long as I have, you know the signals. They may be too subtle for you to pick up on, but that's why I'll be spending my nights with some luscious, recently dead chit while you're standing around going, huh? What's going on with my memory? Whatever, Mord. Let's go.
Done.
Hold on 1 second while I do something here. Wait, I need to check. Okay, there's nothing else to discover here.
Done.
Done. Nothing in there. Receiving room logbook. I want that. Let me just get all of the items. Copper commons. I guess that's currency. And fist iron's another weapon. Great. Alright. What is this? Receiving room logbook. This huge logbook lists mortuary procedures in a tight, cramped script. All shells entering the mortuary are to be delivered to the receiving room and locked with a scribe on duty before being embalmed or cremated. The records are to be checked to determine if the shell is one of the contracted, and if so, do not prepare the shell. Move the shell to one of the preparation rooms, contact the scribe on duty, and notify him that a contracted shell is to be raised. So they bring in dead bodies, and if they are contracted in some way, they are reanimated? Be certain that a shell is thoroughly stripped of its possessions before being sent to the preparation rooms. The contracted workers are intended for simple manual labor and do not have the capacity to search and strip a shell. Okay. The faction is not responsible for any possessions lost or items stolen by collectors. Shell's possessions are to be stored in the receiving room until an initiate can be sent to claim them. Please catalog all possessions in the logbook. Following this list is thousands of entries of bodies that have been sent to the receiving room. As you flip through the rest of the book, however, you notice the last page has been cut out. Okay, and the last page would probably have been important because it might have contained something about us. So the fist irons do 2 to 4 crushing damage, and this was 1 to 3 piercing. So that means the fist irons are definitely better than the scalpel. Right. Just a second here.
What's the... Okay.
All right.
Doll. Who or what is doll? Wait, another
Good
thing
as
that I
done.
wanted to try. Can the female corpse? Right, but I wanted to try if Mort can talk on his own. Nope, it's always the nameless one going to the people. Okay, so I'm doing the talking and not Mort. I guess that makes sense because they would have had to write all more dialogue for the party members then. Doll. This scribe looks very old. His skin is wrinkled and has a slight trace of yellow like old parchment. Charcoal grey eyes lie within an angular face, and a large white beard flows down the front of his robes like a waterfall. His breathing is ragged and irregular, but even his occasional coughing does not slow the scratching of his quill pen. Just a second. Greetings. Whoa, Chief, what are you doing? I was going to speak with the scribe. He might know something about how I got here. Look, rattling your bone box with Dusty should be the last thing. And then he speaks. Duh. Before Mort can finish his rant, the scribe begins coughing violently. After a moment or two, the coughing spell dies down and the scribe's breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. And we especially shouldn't be swapping the chant with sick Dusties. Come on, let's leave. The quicker we give this place a laugh, the better. Before Mort can finish, the scribe's grey eyes flicker to you. The weight of years hangs heavy upon me, restless one. He places down his quill. But I do not yet count deafness among my ailments. Restless one, do you know me? Know you? There is a trace of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. I have never known you, restless one. No more than you have known yourself. He is silent for a moment. For you have forgotten, have you not? Who are you? As always, the question. And the wrong question, as always. He bows slightly, but the movement suddenly sends him into a bout of coughing. He pauses for a moment. I am dull. Perhaps you can answer some questions for me. Updated my journal. Very well. What did you wish to know? Actually, doing this whole roleplay reading thing will become so unbelievably tiring if I do it for more than 30 minutes, but I'm going to stick with it. I want to try that. Very well, what did you wish to know? Very well, what did you wish to know? All of this, actually. But really, this interests me the most right now. You sound ill. Are you not well? I am close now to the true death, restless one. It will not be long before I pass beyond the eternal boundary and find the peace I have been seeking. I tire of this mortal sphere. The plains hold no more wonders for one such as I. The eternal boundary? The boundary between the shadow of this life and the true death. True death? True death is non-existence. A state devoid of reason, of sensation, of passion. A state of purity. I hope this is not too low from the volume. If it is, just tell me. Sounds like oblivion. Why would anyone want that? Is it worse than remaining in the shadow of what life once was? I think not. Shadow of life? Yes, a shadow. You see, restless one, this life, it is not real. Your life, my life, they are shadows, flickerings of what life once was. This life is where we end up after we die. And here we remain trapped, caged, until we can achieve the true death. What makes you think this life isn't real? What makes you think this life is real? Look inside yourself. Do you not feel something lacking? This is a purgatory. There is only sorrow here, misery, torment. These are not the elements that make up life. They are part of the cage that traps us in the shadow. Also, name drop, title drop. I think your fatalism has gotten the better of you. Those elements are part of life, but not the whole of it. Passions carry weight. They anchor many to the shadow of life. As long as one clings to emotion, they will be continually reborn into this life, forever suffering, never knowing the purity of true death. I see. How does one escape the cycle of rebirth and achieve this true death? Kill your passions. Strip yourself of the need for sensation. When you are truly cleansed, then the cycle of rebirth will end and you achieve peace. Past these shells of ours, past the eternal boundary, lies the peace that all souls seek. Okay, tell me more about the mortuary. But first of all, this is interesting because we have... Sorry, I'm in analysis mode right now. We have Mort, who wants to shag old female zombie bodies, which is weird, and I'm not quite sure if I'm okay with that. But then we have Dahl, who I think if you reach a certain point in your life, you might actually agree with him, but actually, I personally do not. I don't think killing one's passions is really bad. So I think he and Mort are really two characters that are complete opposites. This is interesting already. This is where the dead are brought to be interred or cremated. It is our responsibility as dustmen to care for the dead, those who have left the shadow of life and walked the path to true death. Dahl's voice drops in concern. Your wounds must have exacted a heavy toll if you do not recognize this place. It is almost your home. Okay, dustmen. We dustmen are a faction, a gathering of those of us that recognize the illusion of this life. We await the next life and help others on their journey. Well, maybe you can explain to me why you want me dead. It is said there are souls who can never attain the true death. Death has forsaken them, and their names shall never be penned in the dead book. To awake from death as you have done suggests you are one of these souls. Your existence is unacceptable to our faction. Unacceptable doesn't sound like it leaves me in a good position. You must understand, your existence is a blasphemy to them. Many of our faction would order you cremated if they were aware of your affliction. Alright, but why do you talk to me and not want me dead? Because forcing our beliefs upon you is not just. You must give up the shadow of life on your own, not because we force you to. As long as I remain at my post, I will protect your right to search for your own truth. Okay, that sounds fair enough. What is your post? I am a scribe. I don't know what. I am a scribe. A cataloger of all the shells that come to the mortuary. I don't know what this pirate doll suddenly turned on. As long as the stream remained at my post. This is a train wreck already, this whole stream. You say that I've been here more than once. How is it that the dustmen do not recognize
my journal.
I am the one that catalogs the shells that come to our halls, restless one. Only I see the faces of those that lie upon our slabs. The dark of your existence lies safe with me. Yeah, he told us that already. I know about the Dustman and the True Death. I have some other questions for you. Do you know who I am?
Journal.
I know scant little of you, restless one. I know little more of those that have journeyed with you and who now lie in our keeping. I ask that you no longer ask others to join with you, restless one. Where you walk, so walks misery. Let your burden be your own. There are others who have journeyed with me, and they are here.
My journal.
Do you not know the woman's corpse interred in the memorial hall below? I had thought that she had traveled with you in the past. Dahl looks like he's about to start coughing again. Am I mistaken? I do know nothing about her. He makes no response to this. Where is this woman that you have mentioned? The Northwest Memorial Hall on the floor below us. Check the biers there. Her name should be on one of the memorial plaques. Mayhap that will revive your memory. I don't know. I don't recall ever traveling with a woman. But there was another question that I wanted to ask him. I find no fault with your reasoning. I had some other question. Oh, okay. Can you tell me how to get out of here? The front gate is the most obvious exit, but they will not let anyone other than dustmen pass. One of the guides by the front gate has a key to it, but it is unlikely he will open it for you, unless you are extremely persuasive. I see. I had some other questions. I mean, he told us that your moldy chariot ferried you to the mortuary, Restless One. You would think you were royalty based on the number of loyal subjects that lay stinking and festering upon the cart that carried you.
Updated my journal.
Yes, your body was somewhere in the middle of the heap, sharing its fluids with the rest of the mountain of corpses. Your seneschal, Farad, was, as always, pleased to accept a few moldy coppers to dump the lot of you at the mortuary gate. Okay. Who is this Farad? He is a collector of the dead. We have such people in our city that scavenge the bodies of those that have walked the path of true death and bring them to us so that they may be interred properly. Okay, where can I find him? If events persist as they have, Restless One, you have a much greater chance of Farad finding you and bringing you to us again before you find whatever ooze puddle he wallows in this time. Okay, nevertheless, I must find him. A slight warning creeps into Nullstone. Do not seek out Farad, Restless One. I am certain that it will simply come full circle again, with you none the wiser and Farad a few coppers richer. Accept death, Restless One. Do not perpetuate your circle of misery.
Updated my journal.
To find him. I do not know under which gutter stone Farad lairs at the moment, but I imagine that he can be found somewhere beyond the mortuary gates in the hive. Perhaps someone there will know where you can find him. So he doesn't like Farad. A knight of the post. A knight of the post. A thief. All Farad brings to our walls come stripped of a little less of their dignity than they possessed in life. Farad takes whatever he may pry from their stiffening fingers. Did this Farad take anything from me? Most likely. Are you missing anything, especially anything of value? Okay, are you missing anything? That was... Not that Farad would take exception to anything that wasn't physically grafted to your body, and sometimes even that's not enough to give his greedy mind pause. I am missing a journal. A journal? If it was of any value, then it is likely it lies in Farad's hands. Okay, so we got a lot of information. Restless One, okay. He told me about the mortuary. Other questions? He doesn't know who I am. I think we got everything out of him. That was a lot of information. So we are a zombie guy.
I'm gone.
Who comes back from the dead every once in a while. And Farad has probably answers for us.
What?
I'm gone.
Okay, let's find the front gate and get out of here. This looks good. Wait, that zombie is alone. There's something special about him. This huge corpse is standing silently in a corner of the room, facing the wall. He looks to have been a heavy-set man in his early years, and judging by the condition of the body, he died only recently. His number is 1664. This corpse looks like it is serving as a librarian, for it is carrying a huge stack of books in its arms. The books appear to be old mortuary ledgers, none of them of any particular interest. As you search through the texts, however, you notice a loose page folded between two of the books. You are suddenly struck with the feeling that someone tucked it there to hide it. The page doesn't look like it belongs with the ledgers, it looks like it belongs in a logbook. The tear is clean, as if with a knife, so you suspect the page was removed on purpose. You take a moment to read through the page. It's a list of dead bodies brought to the mortuary and locked in the receiving room. Okay. It was great talking to you. Farewell. This ragged page looks like it was cut neatly out of a book. It is written in a tight, crabbed script. blah blah blah. Drunk, chest wound, cause of death, mauling, Abishai. Collector, pox, no possessions. Desiccated corpse, cause of death, indeterminable. Collector, ferret, 3 commons paid, no possessions. Stripped, knife marks evident from dissection. Is that us? Desiccated corpse, cause of death, indeterminable. Ah, okay. We found the fist irons and the 13 commons in the first room, so... 5th night. Desiccated corpse number 2. Age of shell prevents identification. Knife. Copper earring found lodged in abdomen. Earring has been locked in southeast preparation room. Strange markings. A skeleton. Brought in by Farron. As with the previous entries, these shells Farron has brought also show signs of having been prepared. I have asked that Initiate Emmerich launch an investigation into the matter. Furthermore, entry 16542 is one of Farrod's gang. I have seen the individual before. Okay, and a tiefling. Isn't tiefling a special race in Dungeons and Dragons? Is this actually taking place in the Dungeons and Dragons world? That would be super interesting if this was the afterlife of the Dungeons and Dragons world. Okay, interesting that we found that missing page, even though it
Sure, why not?
All right.
didn't tell us much of value. More bandages. Iveen. Zombie work. Okay. The golden rule is always search the room before you talk with anybody. And take everything you can with you. Okay, more talking. You see a slight young woman with pale features. The sunken flesh around her cheeks and neck makes her appear as if she is starving. She seems intent on dissecting the corpse in front of her, prodding the chest with a finger. Greetings. The woman does not respond. She seems too intent on the body in front of her. As you watch her work, you suddenly notice her hands. Her fingers are talons. They are darting in and out of the corpse's chest cavity like knives, removing organs. What's wrong with your hands? The woman makes no response.
Updated my journal.
She's a tiefling, Chief. They got fiend blood in their veins, usually because some ancestor of theirs shared nickels with one demon or another. Make some of them addled in the head, and addled looking too. Tap the woman and get her attention. The woman jumps and whips around to face you. Her eyes are a rotting yellow with small orange dots for pupils. As she sees you, her expression changes from surprise to irritation, and she frowns at you. Greetings. She doesn't seem to have heard you. She leans forward, squinting as if she can't quite make you out. Whatever is wrong with her eyes must make her terribly nearsighted. You! She clacks her taloned fingers together, then makes a strange motion with her hands. Find threat and embalming juice. Bring here to Iveen. Go, go, go. Okay. I had some questions
my journal.
first. She turns away. She makes no sign that she heard you. So she wants us to find threat and embalming juice. I think the dusty chit might be a bit short of hearing, Chief. Let's lay off, shall we? What's wrong with her hands? She's a tiefling, Chief. They got a dash of fiend. Ah, okay. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Questions. There must be some around the mortuary. Okay, so we should be able to find things that she wants around here. just a second, I'll be right back with you. So, what does this room have to offer? A jar of embalming fluid. Great, so we got that. More of that. Containers locked. Okay. Oh, we could use this on ourselves. Use a preservative for dead bodies. That is good to know.
What's the word, Chief? Good as done.
Done.
I wonder if Mort, he probably can't open the container either, but I just want to try it.
What's up?
Nope.
Good
Can't
as
do
done.
anything
I'm
with
gone.
it. Oh, we can go upstairs. Okay.
Done.
A charcoal charm. What is that? Resistance to fire, resistance to magical fire. This piece of charcoal is a charred bone fragment of some creature, perhaps a finger bone or talon. The scratchings are so faint you almost miss them. The charcoal charm temporarily protects the user against flames and extreme heat. Interesting how you use that.
All right.
This skeleton, number 748, according to the number chiseled above its brow, is odd only in that some of its teeth appear to be false ones made of reddish-brown stone. Wait, let me check if you can actually all hear me, right? Yeah, looks good. Pardon me, have you seen any skeletons walking around here? Skeleton makes no reply. Great talking to you, Bones. Stay healthy. I wonder if this Greybeard would mind if I borrowed his body. Greybeard? Greybeard, you know? Geezer, old feller, yellow dog. Old. Well, I don't think he's in any position to object. Why not take his body? Mort studies the skeleton for a moment and shakes his head. Nah, I'd need a fresher one than this. And something with a little more dignity. This one's all creaky and fractured. And you're not? Oh, you're a sack full of laughs. Besides, you're one to talk, Berg. Mirrors beg for mercy when you're around. At least I have all my parts. Let me tell you, Mort, there's nothing more satisfying than walking around, swinging your arms, breathing the crisp air through the lungs. It's great to have a body. I'll have you know that helping you escape the preparation room has now been added to my growing list of regrets. He snorts again. I should have let you rot. Some more, that is. Glad you feel that way. Let's go.
Yeah, good as done.
Okay, there's another dustman. Before I do anything important in this room, I wanted to find this. And maybe this. And finish this quest before I end anything else.
All right.
Man, this is going to take me some 100 years to play through this game if I read every text. And also a lot of water. Iveen. You see Iveen, she's still dissecting the corpse's chest with her talons. Tap her to get her attention. She turns, sees it, and frowns. Dumb zombies! Find thread and embalming fluid. Bring here to Iveen. Go, go, go.
Updated my journal.
Nice. Without missing a beat, Iveen snaps the thread from your hands and hooks it around one of her talons, then begins sewing up the corpse's chest. She then takes the embalming fluid and begins to apply a layer to the corpse. I'm gonna wait. Within minutes she is finished. She clicks her talons, then turns to face you. To your surprise, she extends her hand and drags her talons along your arms and chest. It's not that I'm not flattered, but looks like you have a new friend, Chief. You two need some time together, or stow it, Mort. As she traces your arms and chest, you suddenly notice she seems to be examining your scars. She withdraws her talons, clicks them twice, then bends forward and examines some of the tattoos on your chest. Who write on you? Hivers do that? No respect for zombies. Zombies, not paintings. She sniffs and pokes one of your scars. This one bad shape. Many scars. No preserves. Her talons suddenly hook into the thread you brought her, and lightning-like she jabs another talon into the skin near one of your scars. It feels barely more than a pinprick, but it looks like she's about to start stitching you up.
Updated my journal.
The sensation is curiously painless as Iveen begins to stitch up your scars. When she is done, she sniffs you, frowns, then stabs her fingers into the embalming fluid. Within minutes, she has dabbed your body with the fluid, and strangely enough, it makes you feel better. This may be the second time in my life I'm thankful I don't have a nose. Iveen puts the last touches on your body, gives you another sniff, nods, then makes a shooing motion with the talons. Done. Go! Go!
All right.
Okay. Cool.
What? Okay.
We got one additional health point for that, which is always a nice thing to have. Cool. Really, really cool, I think. That was a good start.
Done.
Okay, the Dustman. The Dustman regards you with a stony gaze. Are you lost? I mean, Mort told us not to really talk with the Dustman, but I need to. If you're not lost, what is your business here? Okay, I was here for an interment, but there seems to have been a mistake. Who was being interred? Perhaps the services are taking place somewhere else in the mortuary. That could... I mean, I really want to play the stupid one. But actually, no. That could be. Where are these other services taking place? Several interment chambers line the perimeter of the mortuary. They follow the curve of the wall on the first and second floors. Do you know the name of the deceased? No. Then you should check with one of the guides at the front gate. They can assist you. Very well, thank you.
All right.
So... there's even more to read here. Okay, that is... I'm not going to read all of that, but that's really good to keep in mind. Beasts. Mort. Mort is a talking skull. His sole weapon seems to be his mouth, whether by taunting or biting. He seems to be along for the ride, whether you want him around or not. You are somewhat curious as to how he is able to float around. That is actually true. And that is us, the nameless one. Covered in scars and tattoos, your memory gone. We have doll, female dustmen, male dustmen, skeletons, female zombies and male zombies. Actually, that's rather hot. That's really interesting. Okay, they have... Oh god! What happened?
Die.
Man, I fucked that up. Is that... Oh my god, this is really not what I intended. He totally noticed that I'm not supposed to be running around. Shit! Shit! Do I live with this now, or do I try and reload the save? Okay. Let me... Quick save, quick save. That was really, really stupid. But I think I never saved before then. Shit. Well, now I have to live with this. I mean, I got some nice items now.
Well, sure, why not?
I'm gone.
Doesn't seem to be too bad. Even though now everyone in this mortuary is...
Die.
Well... Actually, I have no idea how bad the situation is now. 1 to 3 slashing, 1 to 6 crushing, 1 to 6 or 2 to 4. Let's use the wooden club. Dust mirror disguises user as a dustman, usable only in the mortuary. Even though you appear to be armed with a dagger, you will do damage according to the weapon you have equipped. If you end up alerting mortuary to your presence. Yeah, well. I mean, it's cool to look at, but it really clearly stated that it's too late now for this. Well, I'm going to look at this as a tutorial where it's okay to make mistakes, I hope. Oh god, are there so many zombies? Shit.
I'm hurt.
Yep. Okay, this is why I have bandages. Right? Where is my quick item? No idea how that works. Use. Ah, okay. Even though they don't heal a lot.
Die.
Remember when I told you that I wanted to play a character that is good at talking, and now I just was stupid and I have to fight to complete the whole mortuary? I mean, at least it looks like I'm pretty okay at fighting. And by the way, what is Mort doing? He could help us.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on, statistics screen. Have I been screwing up by not having Mort take part in fights because he has less experience than me? Maybe I really need to keep that in mind and have all of my characters fight together.
All right.
Man, this is not going as I planned it. Oh yeah, I picked up a weird item. Just bronze ring. Does that do anything? No. Dirty red charm. Usable only by thieves. Wait, Mort picked up something. Wooden club. This roll-up piece of parchment appears to be some sort of message the skeleton was supposed to deliver. This is the third and last request for the pry bar. If it has been misplaced, tell me and I shall go to the hive market and purchase another. I have no objection to maintaining the contracted workers, but I've been trying to repair the skeletons and the bolts are wedged in so tight I can't get them out. Also, some of the locks on the storage cabinets on the third floor have become stuck again due to the heat, and I need the pry bar to snap them open as well. If the pry bar is indeed lost, I will see about procuring the services of a locksmith and having the cabinet locks replaced. Your aid in this matter would be appreciated. Okay, an unreadable signature. What about this rusty dagger? 1 to 3 piercing. So if we can find... Okay, someone has penned in a series of tasks. I would like the contracted workers to be inspected thrice daily at the end of each work shift when the new initiates come on duty. We have experienced too many contracted collapses while engaged in heavy labor as of late, and I feel the embalming enchantments initially used on the corpses may be decaying or may have been warped somehow. If the contracted workers could be inspected every 8 hours and raised if they have collapsed, then this would prevent the backlog of shells in the preparation rooms. I do not wish collapsed bodies to be disposed of. When possible, the original contracted shells are to be raised and be made to resume their duties. I've included spare embalming charms. They are to be used only when the shells cannot be repaired with stitching. Okay. So I think this is more or less the same as the embalming fluid, but as a charm. Clock charm. Cool. So yeah, I think I can open these containers if I manage to find the pry bar. The air roaring from the mouth of this immense furnace is incredibly hot. Wait, can I save? How does F5 do a quick save? None of this looks like a quick save. Gameplay, assign keys. Actions. Is there a... There must be a key for... Quick save is Q and quick load is L. Okay, Q. Quick save success.
Alright.
Alright, good to know. Actually, while I'm here, I can also see... How does the quick slots... Ah, okay, I would have to... understood. I did have the charcoal charm. I thought I might enter this furnace and find a secret, but that doesn't do anything.
Done.
Inventory is full.
What's up? Sure, why not?
Wait,
I'm gone.
let's switch some. Let's make more the party mule. Can carry all this stuff. Can also carry all the paperwork. All of that, all of that. Oh.
Yeah. Sure, why not?
I'm gone.
Huh? Good as done.
Now what do we have here?
What? Good as done.
All right.
I hope I can sell all of that stuff later on. Not that it is completely worthless. I think there were some more enemies down here, right?
I'm gone. Done.
That was not too bad. A pry bar, nice. Contact the necromancer responsible for raising contractual worker 42. I know he's examined the skeleton before, but I'm certain the initial raising of the body was warped. The worker still responds to commands, but when it's completed the task, it resumes pacing in the same circular pattern as before. Dahl recently informed me that worker 42 exhibited the same working pattern decades ago. One of the initiates suggested it may be following an order by a high-ranking... okay. Ah.
Forced it.
I see. Oh my god, there was a lot of money in there. Nice. Cool, so I found out how that works.
Forced it.
Awesome. Also, there was another
What's good is done.
Another
Alright.
locked container down below.
All right. Forced it.
This copper earring looks ancient. Oddly enough, there doesn't seem to be a hook. A series of strange grooves have been carved. Alright. If you're ever able of examining an object further or performing an action, a use button. This copper earring looks extremely old. It looks like it was meant to be worn, but there doesn't seem to be a hook or any means of actually attaching it to your ear. Examine the grooves. The grooves are evenly spaced along the inside of the earring. Upon closer examination, they remind you of small fangs. They are definitely man-made, but you can't figure out what they are intended for. Small fangs means that this will probably bite into my ear. Let's do that. Oh, I can't. What about Mort? Can he use it? Nope, he can't.
What's the... Sure, why not?
I'm
What's
gone.
up? Okay.
Done. Failed. 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 Failed.
Ah, I see.
Done. All right. Failed.
Okay, so we're done on this level, I think.
I'm gone.
Where else have we... Oh. Why are there new enemies? Are you kidding me? Don't tell me they respawn on every level. Please don't tell me that's the case.
All right.
Oh crap, they do respawn. Okay, I'm going to find a way out of here now. I will need a key. Shoot. Oh, okay, great, that's the key. Let's get out of here. A hammer. What does that do? 1 to 6 crushing. 1 to 6 crushing. 4 and 3. 6 and 6. I mean, a hammer sounds good. Mortuary, 2nd floor. Wait, we've been here. Okay, but now I can maybe... Yes, I can. Great, I get it now. Oh, there. I think I can now open the gate downstairs. That would be great.
I'm gone.
How does it work with the experience? Can I actually... Oh, I see. Never mind. A tome of bone and ash. Also, my inventory is full again. This worn leather-bound tome lists diagrams and charts detailing several minor wards and enchantments. There are numerous drawings of skeletons, bones, and the manner by which they may be preserved over time. Of particular interest is the section regarding guardians. The testament animate corpses of fallen giants who serve as guardians for the mortuary. Okay. To make them even deadlier, armoring enchantments are woven into their breastplates. Alright. That means I will probably find one of these guardians sooner rather than later. Oh shoot. Can I defeat them? Critical miss. Man, this is not going well. I'm just going to run away from them. see what I can explore and then get out of here. Oh, he has a name, so I could have talked to him if I hadn't been stupid. Oh, great. Mortuary key. Man, but I really want to see if I cannot take on at least one of the giants. And it's probably designed to exactly not do that, but...
I'm hurt.
Okay, that is absolutely not a good idea. Nope. What
I'm
the...
gone.
Okay. A tomb. The sarcophagus appears to have been here for centuries. There is no lid. The exterior seems to be made of solid stone. Okay, wait, can I...
Huh? Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Nothing at the moment. Wait for half an hour?
Done.
Pen's note. Vaxus, if you're reading this, then you have undoubtedly failed in your task and have been forced to use the escape route I arranged. I told you that your little disguise idea was ridiculous. In any case, you'll need to lay low for a while. The dustmen may be deluded, but they are not fools, and they will certainly seek retribution for our intrusion. I have left you some coins. Use them to secure a hiding place in the hive, preferably in Ragpicker Square. The dustmen will be unwilling to look for you there. Once you have secured a new hiding place, I have a new mission for you. Find out where Farrad is getting these bodies he's delivering to the mortuary. He's apparently causing the dustmen a great deal of upset, and I wouldn't mind knowing myself. Reports are that stone-faced dustman at the Gathering Dust Bar, Initiate Emmerich, I think the fool's name is, he's been sending out finders to try and mark Farrad's movements. See if you can find out how far along he is and hinder his efforts until we know more about Farrad's activities. I don't want Emmerich finding out something before we do. Okay. They were talking about the escape route. Okay. And an achievement. Mortuary gate. Well, this place looks inviting. Okay. Cool, we made it out of the mortuary and there are tons of people to talk to. I think this is a very good point to stop the stream for now. Thanks everyone who attended. I hope this was at least a little bit interesting to you and you had some fun. I actually kind of got into the game now. I really want to know how this is going on. I like how they put together the world. This is I feel like I might actually get farther in this game this time than I did before. This is, excuse me, this is actually as far as I got when I played it when I really tried it a couple of years ago. I know that I've reached this city and everything that comes now is really new to me. So yeah, let's see how this goes next time. I'm trying to keep these streams a little bit on the shorter side so I can do them more often maybe. But I think this was a really good introduction to Planescape Torment. There's a naked lady coming towards me. Okay, she's going away. Anyway, I'm going to say bye-bye now, and I'm going to try out my scene switching thing.
Well, I mean,
thanks for joining, and have a wonderful evening, or wherever you're from. Have a good time. See you soon. Goodbye.